Retirement Plan 2.0, Secure Act 2.0, of course, this was a piece of legislation recently passed, and it's changing a lot of things. Right? It's impacting a lot of different areas of retirement savings and RMDs and those type of things. It can help a lot in terms of helping you boost your retirement savings. There's more that can be done, of course. And again, as we were talking about just before the break, we need to rethink the whole retirement savings issue in the country. And again, when you look at the financial breakdown of the economy, the top 10% of income earners, they own about 90% of the stock market. So when you're talking about their impact and what they have, we look at this thing in totality, right? So we say, we'll look at the retirement savings of everyone as a whole and look at the average savings of everybody as a whole. And so you look at that and you go, wow, it's $165,000. The problem is once you strip out that top 10%, the vast majority of Americans don't have very much saved up at all. Why? Because they really can't afford to save. How, we've talked, it's not just the cost of living that keeps going up, but it's also the fact that we've taken on a massive amount of debt to live way beyond our means. We've all wanted bigger houses and nicer cars and all these type of things. And of course, $1,000 iPhones and, when a flip phone would work, right? We've all upgraded our lifestyle to a level that really is very hard to justify income-wise. And so we have no money left over for savings. So we need to do things and this is what we're talking about before the break. If you want to incentivize people to save more, take the limits off a Roth IRA, right? Let them save as much as they want. And, or provide, other tax benefits, et cetera, for saving more money. But again, there's things that we can do, but the more money that we can get people to save, then the less burden we would have on the Social Security welfare retirement system later on in life. And then when you need to make adjustments for funding issues like raising the minimum retirement age or decreasing payouts or whatever the eventual solution is, or raising the contribution limit for, over the salaries of $400,000, et cetera, whatever the solution is to fix the Social Security problem is, it won't be as painful if you allow people to save more money for retirement. So anyway, lots of stuff needs to be done. But the Secure Act 2.0, Danny, it's giving people the ability to actually start saving more money with some of the new features.
Well, it's setting up businesses to be able to do a little bit more and to automatically escalate savings along the way. And listen, last segment we talked about, $6,500 was the maximum you could contribute to an IRA. But I don't want to discourage anybody from doing that. Rome was not built in a day. It's brick by brick, step by step. And so, I know it can be discouraging when you hear these types of numbers, but it all adds up. And the younger you start, the better off you're going to be. And now we talk about the hierarchy of savings. Where do you go? How do you do it? And this bill actually has some of that associated with it. So now many of these won't go into effect until 2025. But one of the big ones is that they're going to do an automatic default savings rate of 3%. And so you step into a plan, they're going to require that you save 3% unless you opt out. And I think this will be good for participation rates. Dr. Bernatzi, he's the professor and head of investment or behavior decision making at UCLA School of Management, and he did a lot of extensive studies on this. So the issue is, what could we do more? And what is the number where you don't impact participation rate? So going back to what you were saying, yes, you could do more. And so they're saying that we should actually boost that up to like 7%, because you could do that without everybody falling off, and then you start creating those automatic behaviors. One of the old school rules of investing or just building wealth is set it and forget it. Create it, make it automatic. And meaning that each paycheck, you're setting these funds aside automatically. You pay yourself first. And I think we've gotten way away from that. At least that's what it appears.
Well, no, I talk to people all the time, and I get emails from people going, I'm trying to save for retirement, but I just, I don't have any money to save. I'm like, look, if you can't fully fund your IRA, your 401k every year, there's your problem, right? Because again, that money comes right off the top of your income. So if you're making $50,000 a year and you fully fund your 401k plan, that all comes out pre-tax. So when that money comes out of your paycheck, if you actually wind up, you'd be surprised once you start increasing your contribution to your 401k plan, the amount of bring home pay really doesn't change that much because that's coming out pre-tax versus getting taxed on those dollars that you're bringing home.